Hey everybody, another great idea if you have 2 horses and some spare wood. I'm not buying any wood whatsoever, it's leftover decking. That's APA roofing board. I got so tired of my bench I made right there for my chop saw being here, just taking up all the room. Because I need to get my power wheelchair back there, out of there, and some other things. And I still need a table, and I'm tired of the plastic table being flimsy and everything. So I'm going to make a more sturdy table that can be actually disassembled. Alright, and with no screws fastening it to the horses. So the thing is, 2 horses, they could be plastic, they could be wood, they could be anything you want. Alright, 2 horses, same level. Now I did some dimensions over here. I put this at 38.5 inches, and that's from the outside here to the outside of that one over there. Alright, so over here, my dimensions are going across is 35.5 inches, and it's 41.5 inches going that way, and I mislabeled it, so it's this line right here I'm going to cut across. Same thing on that side over there. So, and then this is just I have 2 of these. This is for when I fix holes in my roof, when trees fall down and stuff. They're small enough for me to do the job, which I couldn't get the camera up there to do that last time. So next time I guess I'll make the video how to fix your roof. Alright, so I'm getting ready to fix actually two more pencil sharpeners from schools, okay, that aren't working, so I do that, and I make videos on how to do that too. So check those out. It's going to be under office and school supply playlist. Alright, so first thing is measure it out, measure twice, cut once. Alright, I'm ready to start cutting. These 2 ends off here, 2 ends off there. I cut this guy, and then I'm going to cut this down the middle. This is a full 5.5 inches. I cut it at 2 3/4 down the center is where I'm going to cut it. And what's going to happen is one piece is going to stay on this side in the middle, and one piece on that side in the middle. Now don't throw away any pieces, okay, when you cut these ends off, because we're going to put little tiny blocks underneath on each corner, to when we put this thing down, it's going to lock into place and not move around. Alright, so go ahead and do the cutting, and I'll bring you back when I'm done cutting. Well, I cut the wood except for the big piece, okay? So something I want to show you. I originally had this down for like 35 or 38 or something like that and a half. I have it written down right here, 35.5 is right there. So I went ahead and measured again before I cut. Like I said, keep measuring, and what I did is I measured the horse, and the horse comes out to 35 3/4 here, and I'll tell you the other piece on the other side is actually 36. So I elected to just cut this to 36. I have the line right there going all the way across. So I'm going to take a saw and cut that off. And then coming across, alright, I have 48 available. So my measurement is going to be 41.5. And I've already verified that. So make sure that you cut, you measure at least 2 times, maybe 3. I did it 3 times, and I found the correct measurement. So always be careful, and carpenters will tell you, measure twice, cut once. Alright, what I did is I put the side of the board down that I want down, and I'm really not worried about what it looks like on the other side anyway. But if you have a slightly warped board, okay, you want the concave. That's the part that's underneath the, convex is coming out, concave is on the inside of it, like on a lens, of a telescope or something like that. Alright, it's the part that actually dips down. So you want that to be on the board side, because this is going to be your framing. That's what that is all the way around, is framing. So I glued these down with wood glue. I'm going to let this sit for a while, and then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to put 1 1/4 inch screws. These are leftover screws from a railing I did. Alright, so once again, no cost yet. And then I made little blocks that I'll probably put in this corner area here. You want to put something that's going to keep your table in spot. So whatever kind of horses you have, you need to make something. You can put it on the inside here too. Okay, so it'd be like that. It's actually going to be on this side. Alright, be careful with these, because if you put a screw through these, they're going to split. So you want to pre-drill on these and then put a nail or a screw down. Okay, once you screw the border down and you have this all centered into place, and you can eventually sand that part of the table down, and you want your screws to be kind of flush on the corners so you don't bother you later on. Now these little stops here, the little cubes, you want to put somewhere on the corner. It could be on the outside if you want, inside, anywhere, but it has to be kind of flat. So what I did here is I took this and I took a pencil and marked up underneath, so I can be on that. I don't want it to be too snug because you don't want to have a hard time putting this in. But what's going to happen eventually is when you put this down, the horses are not going to be centered. So you can move the centers into those stops. And that's the idea behind that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get these kind of positioned and make a mark, like I did on this, on all 4 of them, and then turn this guy back over and glue these guys down. Something you want to remember after you make your marks, you want to take your board and flip it. When you flip it over, you got to remember that this guy over here, this block goes to this one, and this block goes to this one. That's really if you care about that, but they should be all about the same anyway. So what I'm going to do is take this now. This is up against the horse, and over here is where I marked. So that's I'm going to do. I'm going to put the smooth side there. Hopefully that little smooth area will slide back in nicely, and lining it up to that, and that's how I'm going to glue it down. I could just let it sit on there. That's fine. I could probably fit a clamp over to hold it down, and just let that sit for a while to where it glues into place. Well, it's been drying for about, I say, 5 hours now, and I really would like the wood glue to dry for a full day. So we're doing pretty good here. Okay, it's let me turn on my overhead light here. So this is actually sitting on the thing, and these are a little bit out further. There is a little bit of play, but I'll tell you what, that is a good sturdy. I'm moving around right now. That's a good sturdy table. So hopefully you find it handy, this video handy. The nice thing is the tabletop comes right off. You can put it against the wall somewhere, and then you have your horses again. All right, subscribe, see a lot more videos. Time to make some videos about this new chainsaw, an overview, and then those 2 pencil sharpeners. All right, subscribe and don't miss any new videos. Take care. Keep everything clean when you're posted, please.